Welcome everybody to the Latte Home Shopping KeSPA Cup 2015 Season 2. We're here getting to do more cast from the next arena. I am Valdez. With me today is Moonglade. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Valdez. I'm so excited for this giant day of games. We got 6 best of 5 to get through. We're here from dawn till dusk, man. It's going to be a lot of fun there.
Yeah, tons of great players coming in today. We can go through the lineups when we get to the CGs, but if you guys want to check them out, definitely go ahead and go on to teamliquid.net and find all your information there.
It's going to be, great players on a new map pool. We're going to be using the new ladder maps today. It's going to be a huge sort of learning experience for all of us because these maps only just came out. The new season only just begun. And I'm very excited to see how these maps are going to play out as well. Yeah,
I'm hugely excited. You know, we get to see some of the best players in the world going head-to-head on these new maps. We get to see, you know, what strategies they've prepared for the maps. It's kind of interesting also because we've had, you know, so many different tournaments over here, you know, individual leagues. Also, the Pro League Grand Finals just happened not Grand Finals, but for round 3 just finished up there. So all these guys were playing on a different map pool. Now they got to switch it up, learn all these new maps, and be ready for July 6th, which is the first day at KeSPA Cup. So it's going to be a very fun day, in fact.
Yeah, it really is something else. And it does take a while for these maps to kind of really get figured out by every race as well. Things are still getting figured out. It's just that new. As we have a look at the prize pool and everything else of today.
Yeah, 25 million Korean won. That's roughly $25,000. It is a WCS Tier 2 offline event. Total of 4,000 WCS points. That is a lot of points. Of course, this will be round of 16, single elimination. Every set here is a best of 5. So we're going to have 6 of them today, guys. 6 best of 5s. 6
best of 5s, and the date is at the bottom in case you guys forgot what date is today.
Yes. Today is July 6th, Moonglade. And the next 2 days will be on the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, the 11th and 12th.
That's right. And here's a look at the lineups here, the race ratio and whatnot. 5 Terrans, 4 Protoss, 7 Zergs. Thank you. I'm so happy we get to see this many Zergs. I'm so excited also to get to see players like True come back, Impact.
Yeah.
Even Curious, you know, he's going to be starting things off today against Flash. And he did fantastically in GSL recently.
Yes, that he did. A lot of great names coming through here. Even San and Pick Baby, which we really never even get to see that often these days. San used to play quite a lot, even in individual leagues, but he kind of fell off here. Somehow he makes it through in the online qualifiers, and he's here. We're going to be seeing him face off against Sue today. And other guys here for the Terrans, we got Dream and Maru, arguably the 2 best Terrans in the world right now.
No argument here. And here's the list of matches we got coming up. As we see at the top left, Curious versus Flash will start things off. Then we go into Classic versus Rogue, Sue versus San, Hero versus Jack G, Biel versus Peak Baby, and I think we stop at Dark versus Fantasy.
Yeah, we're just doing 6 best of 5s today. And then on Saturday, we'll be back here starting things off with Maru versus Impact, Dream versus True, and then we go into the round of 8.
Dream versus True. Unlucky True had to pick up the best TVZer in the world, but it's still going to be exciting to see him again because it's been so long since he's made a mark in a Korean event.
Yeah, and these are the day 1 matches, just like we said. What is your favorite one of this list, actually, Moonglade?
Honestly, I can't wait to see Curious versus Flash. To be honest, that is like my most exciting one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's like, it's going to tell a lot. I'm really excited to see if Curious can keep up the momentum he was bringing to GSL. And obviously Flash is this player that everyone watches. And it's kind of a question, like, is Flash going to really bring it today? Is he going to do well against someone like Curious?
Yep, it is a big question. Going on to viewpoints of the match, Curious defeated SOS to advance. SOS is a fantastic player, and he was able to defeat him. Will Flash overcome his TVZ? Will he get back, put himself back together here in this matchup?
It's been a long time, and first time facing each other in 2 years since IM8 New York. It's a long time ago, and Curious did get that win over him, as we see 2-0 versus Flash currently.
That was such a long time ago.
It is a long time ago. Flash's TVZ hasn't really improved since then either. No.
We'll see maybe if this new map pool kind of works out for Mech. I'm not really sure myself. I'm just interested to get in and see what he decides to do.
Get that map list and then we'll really figure it out how the storyline's going to go in terms of strategy.
So smart, so you, and so lucky. Not sure what that's about. I think if you come down here, you can win some prizes. I saw one of the prizes is actually a phone battery.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually need one of them.
Dude. Get off this casting desk and go win one of those batteries.
There's not many people here so far. I think I have a good chance. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Also doing some, giving away some movie tickets. Other stuff like that. I actually won Terminator 2 tickets.
You won them?
Not Terminator 2. Terminator Genesis tickets out here. You have to play some kind of game with PlayStation controllers and robots.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to defeat the other person.
And you did it?
I won. And I got two tickets to see the movie.
Are you going to take me there, Valdez?
I'm going to take you, man.
Thanks, man.
This is me asking you if you want to go out on a date with me.
Yes. Yes, I've been waiting for this.
You've been waiting all your life.
Thank you, Valdez.
This moment.
You've made my day already.
Man, I'm just so excited to get into these games. Curious versus Flash.
Yeah. It's a good sort of starting match as well. Like, it's like two pretty old school players. You know, Curious has been around since the start of Starcraft 2. And Flash, obviously, the big name in Brood War. And Flash is doing well these days. Still, like, he kind of drops the ball in Pro League occasionally, especially if he's on that ace match. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're spinning that latte wheel. Latte actually a great shop out here as well.
Yeah, definitely go check it out here if you are here. Thank you, guy there with the toothbrush.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fan.
You could try and brush your teeth with that.
It's plugged into the battery. That's what that was. I think it was trying to show off the battery and saying, hey, if I plug this fan in, it runs because it's a battery.
That's fantastic. I really want one of them. I'd love one of those fans, too, because it gets pretty hot here around this time of year. Especially in this getup.
Funnily enough, they're not really turning on the AC here, even though it's pretty hot today.
Yeah, well, it's not too many people here either, so it's not going to get too much hotter, I don't think, thankfully.
Thankfully, in that booth, you guys are telling me they did have the AC fixed for you guys.
They should have just put us in there this time as well. Like,
just throw us back in the corner where no one can see us,
put
behind
us in the
banner.
fish bowl, in the salmon bowl, and
let us swim around.
Let us enjoy that aircon.
Talk about StarCraft.
There's not many people here, so.
Yeah. It's pretty early in the day over here in Korea, so a lot of people are still working. We'll definitely see a lot more fans come in later on in the day.
Yeah. Still, everyone's working. Everyone's at school. It is only 2 p.m. here in Korea. And we're going to do that map vetoes.
Yeah. Curious to see what they pick and what they ban here for the new map pool. Immediately, Flash.
Moonlight Madness.
Yeah, he got the first ban. We'll go with Moonlight Madness. And Bridgehead here, the ban for Curious.
So more of the new maps getting banned out to start things off, which makes a lot of sense. You know, it's actually a very new map pool. And people have only had a couple of weeks at most to practice on it, maybe even just 1 week.
Yeah.
It came out so recently that I myself have still got some learning to do on these maps.
For sure, man. We're going to get a lot of...
We're getting a crash course today.
Yeah. It seems like maybe the ban for Curious was, in fact, not Bridgehead, because they just took it off the CG.
He's like, I don't need to veto against Flash.
He's like, actually, wait, no. I want to play 6 maps tonight.
Well, you know, we do still have, we still got Coda and Cactus Valley, Iron Fortress, since map pool, so it's not all of the complete new ones. We didn't get a full idea of actually what the maps were. They didn't show them. So
yeah. We just know that Flash banned out Moonlight Madness.
We'll figure that out as the games go on. A little bit of a mistake there.
Maybe Flash has just got something against you. They're just trying to highlight that. They're like, hey, we don't want to play on Moonlight's map, Moonlight Madness, none of that. You know, no Moonlight Madness today.
None of that. Well, big shout out to Lotte for sponsoring this event as well. Huge store out here.
Seems like Spo's doing a good job, you know, getting all these new sponsors here. But let's take a look at the maps here, actually.
Okay, here we go.
Dash and Terminal, banned out by Curious. Then we got Bridgehead, Cactus Valley, Coda, Iron Fortress, and Terraform.
Interesting.
New map in the beginning and a new map at the end.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Bridgehead and how this game's going to play out. We'll get a full idea of exactly when we jump into the game.
I'm very surprised that Iron Fortress survived to this season.
Well,
actually,
I think it says volumes about the map pool. I know this map pool's kind of it's been a little controversial so far. I've seen a lot of pro players kind of complain about it. So we'll see exactly how unbalanced they are today when the pros start playing on them.
We'll get a good idea today.
I like to reserve judgment for a couple of weeks at least before like they've really been played out.
Yeah.
And there he is, Curious. He's been around since the beginning of StarCraft 2. He's had a lot of success. He's been in Code S for a long time, more than most players. He had that consistency about him. This year alone, he hasn't really been showing much at all, but he's made it this far. He got into KeSPA Cup, and he did pretty well in the GSL.
Yeah, seems like he also just barely did not make SSL Season 3 through the qualifiers. Actually got knocked down by Heart, Trap, and Cure.
Kind of a devastating loss there. He actually beat SOS to make it to get further in this tournament in the seeding matches, 3-1, which is also impressive.
Very curious how he did that, in fact. You know, I think it was him and SOS who were fighting for Rain's spot because Rain forfeited it to go to Home Story Cup.
Yeah, that's right. Good choice by Rain. You know, he did end up winning that tournament. So
yeah,
not a bad game. Flash defeated Departure, Hydra, and Trap to make it into the KeSPA Cup.
Pretty good, you know. At least the Hydra beat. You know, the Hydra's doing pretty well these days, at least on the other regions. Not a bad Zerg in terms of everything considered here.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure we're going to have a little bit more downtime until Flash is ready to play. He likes to take his time warming up.
He's got to make sure, you know, that chair is not 1 millimeter too high or 1 millimeter too low.
It'll always really put him up his game. Still sorting everything out before he joins the lobby, so we got a little bit more time.
Still not in the lobby, although he is putting the sound blockers on. He's got to get that perfect fit. I'm very excited for today, Moonblade. I feel like the first match and the last match are the best, or the closest, rather, I should say.
Yeah.
Curious and Flash, and then the last one of tonight will be Dark versus Fantasy.
That's going to be so much fun as well.
Yeah.
And the TVZs. I love TVZ more than anything else.
Yeah, man. I think TVZ, TVT, probably the two best matchups here.
Yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement in those matches. Bridgehead starting things off here. Game is almost loaded.
Flash has made it into the lobby. Let's go into the first game, guys. It's going to be Curious versus Flash, and the map will be Bridgehead.
스베누 큐리어스 이원표 vs KT 롤스터 플래시 이영호.
Here in the top left, in the purple, a Zerg player is Curious from Team Spenu.
Down here, well, mid-right, we do have the Terran player Flash for KT.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, I guess he's going to take full advantage of this map to start things off.
He's like, yeah, Curious won't know what's coming his way. He doesn't know this map too well. I'll
look
just go for this.
At the rush distance as well. Like, the moment he puts down a hatch first, that SCV is already across the map at this point. I think we've already seen a weakness for Zerg on this map. It is a very close
Starting
rush
things
distance.
off with a bang here, Moonblade.
Yeah, well, let's see. Looks like he's only going to commit one SCV for now. If we see that second SCV from the Supply Depot come across the map, it will be a 2-rags, but at this rate, I think it's going to be a Reaper.
Yeah, I think it should be. And what a great place to put it. You can just jump right up and jump straight down. You're straight in the main.
That is a pretty insane rush distance.
And there's so much room over there that it's going to be really hard for you to ever see that rags. You're going to have to scout all the way up that that whole ridge.
Even trying to deal with it on this map is so difficult. I mean, look what you're going to have to throw a drone all the way up there from your main. It's like such a weird place to look for it. And that rags is a stone's throw away from where the natural is going to be as well.
Yep. And look at this right off the bat. Curious going for this hatch first. On this map, you get this backdoor natural, I suppose you can call it, with the rocks there. That can be eventually destroyed. Fortunately for Curious, I don't think he's going to ever see those rocks get destroyed.
Certainly not.
Oh, what?
Oh, taking it that much further. This is actually wrong. This is wrong. Flash should not be able to do this on any map. It's against the laws of physics, Valdez, but This new map pool is going to happen. That Reaper.
Bridgehead has made it so.
Bridgehead.
Thank you, Bridgehead, for this game.
I kind of already dislike this map, Valdez. I'm not a fan. Not a fan
right
at all.
off the bat, man.
Yeah.
And if you'll notice, it seems like Curious has not practiced this map much, to be honest, because if you've played this enough, you should know that the rush distance is this small and that this kind of strategy is a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Flash is bringing out that tech, man. He's like, you know what? I already figured this one out. And, well...
Flash spent like half a day. He's like, oh, this map is great for a Proxy Reaper.
This is not over by any means, but it's going to be certainly a hard fight for Furious. We've seen him go down to this kind of style as well in the past from Sorry.
It's true. But also, we've seen not the best Reaper micro at times from Flash.
Yeah. So far, so good. No drone has gone down just yet.
Yeah, really good micro here, in fact, from Curious. We do have that bunker up from Flash, so we will be able to retreat back to that.
Yeah, smartly so, using a drone to make a spine crawl, the first one. Lings are out now, but a second Reaper already here.
And the fun continues. 6 Lings are out on the map right now. The first queen is being made. 6 more Lings also trying to be made at this moment in time. And the Flash is not letting up. He's just making Reaper after Reaper, trying to do as much damage as possible.
Spine crawl finished now. Should get into position here. And, you know, all the Lings have been wiped out, but they're just there to buy time for this. Queen is out as well. And you know what? The damage hasn't been done. Not the damage that he was hoping to do.
Yeah.
See what if he can keep this up there. You know, 3 Reapers are going to do a lot of work, a lot of damage.
Yeah, and you know what? Curious has been forced to make so many Lings from this. He's sitting on 15 drones for so long. Now there's 3 Reapers out, and these are all slow Lings.
Soon to be 4 as well. Eventually he's going to get down this bunker, but the Reapers can make their way around the bunker if he gets rid of enough Lings and start working on that Queen as well. Second Queen out though, gives him another chance.
Does. And even this SCV back at home, or rather at this bunker to repair, doing a pretty nice job, going to keep it alive for as long as possible.
Yeah, the next thing here is that Curious needs to start mining gas ASAP, because he needs to get 100 gas out so he can go for that Ling speed. But that's the only way he's going to really deal with these Reapers.
This is what you were talking about. Like, this is probably not going to kill Curious straight up right now, but in the long run it possibly could, because he's not mining from this natural for so long. He's still here on 17 drones. Flash is just making a 3rd CC right now.
Exactly.
And teching up at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, Flash actually overcommitting to this. He's not jumping up. Instead, trying to make his way through here. This is kind of strange.
He's going to lose 2 of these Reapers now.
Ooh.
He's only got 1 left.
That was definitely a blunder, but he can afford it at this point considering how far ahead is he in economy and tech. Like, every single way, Flash is just doing better now.
Yeah. And he has a pretty protected backdoor base there. I'm not sure of the exact amount of health on those rocks, but I would assume they're not too much because, or they're not too small here because it does lead straight to that natural.
Yeah, that's right. Flash, you know, he could actually go for mech in this map too if he really wanted to. It's not
that
not
base seems pretty easy to defend, in fact.
It is a little bit spread out. It's no Deadwing, but I see the possibility there, and Flash might just do it with this kind of lead. Like when you're this far ahead in terms of like getting your 3rd CC out and your Hellion's on the way before even 100 gas has been mined for the Zerg player. You have a lot of map control. You have a very comfortable position here that you can take it into the late game. Already making a Viking, man, and you know, Ling speed hasn't even started. He's starting a lair before Ling speed. He's like, oh, well, I gotta get my tech going. Maybe he'll go for that fast muter style. Though even that is going to be pretty delayed compared.
For sure. I mean, he's already taken 3 of his gases here so far. It's definitely looking that way. He's still got that 1 spine crawler, so it makes it a bit easier as well to go into that. But I'm sure Flash should have a decent idea of this coming.
He's going to follow up, actually, with looks like a Banshee Hellbat timing. Probably just straight Hellbats and then, you know, follow up with the Banshees. Getting rid of all this overlords around the map, taking full map control in every single way. And we do see a spine crawler, 2 queens, and a bunch of Lings just waiting for any sort of attack that may come. But is that going to be enough? It's another question.
Yeah, I mean, Flash is right now on 3 orbitals. He's got a fantastic economy. He's got that tech up here as well. And it will be Banshees with Cloak. as you said. And with the armor, he's actually going to go for a fast +1. Of course, he still can make a bunch of Hellbats here if he wants.
Yep, anytime he wants. And look at this. Kind of giving away a bunch of HP on that Spine Crawler. There is 3 queens now. 2 of them have transfuse.
Bit of a scan going down, trying to figure out, does he see that Spire? Yes, he does.
He sees everything. It's like a very money scan. Gives away the game plan of Classic. He does scout all these links as well, but
Suicidal Hellion.
I guess he kind of gets an idea of the army that's waiting for him, at the very least.
Yeah.
And link speed, not even done yet.
And even when it does finish, he's going to have only Lings and these queens. Only now does he start a Baneling Nest. And this is like 9 Hellbats coming through right now.
Yeah, you need a Baneling Nest if you're going to be doing this kind of style as well. You need some sort of defense in case it is Hellbats. And here we go. And, that is a lot of queens, so it shouldn't be the most hard defense ever. But he's got to get a decent surround with these Lings as well.
Gets a nice surround on the bottom Hellbats here. And fighting straight into that Spine Crawler as well as 4 queens with all of those transfuses. It looks like it will be enough here to push Flash back.
Yeah. Still waiting for that Overseer, so this Banshee's going to get a few more hits in. But nice defense, solid defense there from Curious. And it's going to keep him in it for a little while longer, but Mech is on the way. 3 factories are pumping units now. Yeah. Third base up and running.
Starting off with those Thors, he's identified Curious's style. He's going to be able to pretty easily defend against these Mutas, I'd say.
Yeah, he's starting to make those turrets now. He needs to get them up pretty soon. Lings are going to go for a bit of a surround here. I think they might actually get the Hellions. Might want to turn them into Hellbats, actually. Or just repair them.
Yeah. Looks like he will eventually be able to clean this up, but a lot of Lings coming through here. Really trying to punish that third base.
Yeah, actually doing way too much damage. I think it was a big mistake to leave him in Hellion mode. The Banshees will eventually clean him up, but the last thing you want is your mech count to kind of get reset at this point. You need to be building an army. You need to be afraid of like a roach switch as well.
Yeah, to be honest, kind of a messy game so far from Flash. Not the best play we've seen from him ever, whereas Curious has done a decent job, given the position he's been in, of defending everything that Flash has been throwing at him.
Oh, look at this. He actually left the factories undefended as well from any air. He does have a couple of Thors, so he can get rid of them. But you might want to have a couple of turrets there.
Yeah. Those Mutas could even sit up there on the ridge and poke at the factories.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty narrow main base when you look at it. Not much space to put down your production buildings.
Yeah, not much at all. And we're going to see an attack here with a bunch of SCVs for repairs.
Oh, yeah.
Flash saying, hey, you only have Mutas. I can just attack you with 2 Thors.
Yeah, well, he's going to have 4 Thors eventually when they all catch up. 3 Banshees as well. The Roach Runner only just finished, so 9 Roaches on the way, but they're going to be too late for this defense. Third base, at the very least, will be sacked.
Yeah, he's going to lose a ton if he doesn't run away right now. The Muta's desperately trying to come back and defend. A bunch of Roaches being shot out here before they can even get some damage down.
This kind of fight, the Mutas really have to clean up these Banshees before they fight anything else. We are going to see an engagement here. That is a decent amount of Roaches, actually.
Yeah, there's not much else on the ground besides these Thors. So, like you said, once you clean up those Banshees, should be enough to clean up the Thors with those Roaches.
Yeah, Thor's staying alive for a little while longer. I mean, they are +1 against the unupgraded Roaches. Just a little too hasty from Flash here.
Yeah.
Roaches came out just in time. And the Mutas did get rid of 2 of the 3 Banshees, so it makes it just a little bit easier. Third base will stay alive, but...
Oh, man, there's no Spore over here, and there's no Queen, so this Banshee going to continue to get damage done.
That 8 HP Banshee.
Oh, boy. I feel like, like you were saying, Flash is kind of playing too hastily. Like, it's almost like he feels like he's more ahead than he actually is, and he's like, okay, I just got to end the game now, and it's not really working out for him.
Oh, look at this. He's going to take advantage of that back door, actually. Start working on these rocks with the Roaches. This could actually be a huge move right now. There's only 4 Hellbats, 2 Thors here to defend. Another Banshee on the way, but...
He's desperately trying to get some tanks out here at the same time.
Yeah, he needs tanks out.
That hatchery actually is very low. Down to 630 health. Flash comes back for another attack, could easily go down. And that is the one thing about Curious's economy here. He's been on 3-base versus 3-base for a long time. You know, he's defending these attacks, but he's not really going for any more expands. We finally see the tech coming down here from him.
Apparently the Reapers can't jump up on those cliffs.
Okay.
So that's why Flash flew over the racks.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's why he ended up losing a bunch of them at the end there. Much love to Twitter.
Thank you, Twitter guy.
Thank you, Twitter guy, helping us out.
Vans is coming by for a little wraparound. And now it's some tanks over here. It will be much harder for Curious to penetrate this base.
Yeah, it's actually getting a pretty hard situation. Flash, you know, he's still very comfortable here. Fourth CC nearly finished. Even in supply, Curious is going to have to take this to the late game at this point because where this army is, its tank count's getting pretty high enough to deal with these roaches.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Gets his hat trick canceled once. It's going to be canceled again. Delaying that so much with just 2 cloaked banshees.
Yeah, Banshee's actually doing some great work on this map. Does seem like a pretty hard map for the Zerg to actually attack into in the late game.
Even those rocks, you know what I was talking about before, like, they are very, very sturdy. A bunch of roaches were trying to knock those down, and it's not even halfway killed. All Flash has to do is keep 1 tank back there with some vision, and there's no way the roaches can ever get through there.
Yeah. You see Bar Riches. Hive on the way, plus actually pathogen glands, so maybe some infestors soon, but here comes the next problem. Flash moving across the map. Does have a pretty decent supply lead in terms of army. Got to get a good position here. And their 4 bases are essentially at the same time, which is something a Zerg never wants against a mech Terran.
Yep. Trading now a lot of roaches to take down a couple tanks. And not a bad idea trying to take down some of these mech units before the fight. Trying to force these tanks to siege up here a bit, but it doesn't look like Curious has got much else besides the Roach Hydra.
Yeah, he's got some roaches clustering from behind. Maybe he's going to go for a sandwich, but I don't think there's enough of an army here at this point. And you need Blinding Clouds as well, which is such a horrible situation when you don't have Blinding Clouds at this point in the game when the armies are maxed out almost.
Looks like Flash is going to go for another big attack here. A lot of tanks sieging up on the creep. A decent concave for Curious, but he just doesn't have that many units, and the roaches are pretty late from behind. He's trying to take out some reinforcements, but they all go down. It doesn't look like there's much else left here for Curious.
Curious is going to try and attack. GG. Nice game from Flash. Great start there with that proxy Rax Reaper. Flying it in. Yeah. Doing a lot of work and slowing down everything so he can get that economy up. That nice tech advantage as well.
Really cool build from Flash. You really got to give it to him. Playing to the map. Whereas Curious, I think, just not playing safe enough. But, yeah, it's going to give Flash the small lead here in the beginning of things. 1-0 up against Curious.
Nice little lead there. Next map is going to be... What was the next map? Was it Iron? No, it wasn't Iron Fortress.
It was one of Iron Fortress, Coda,
Cactus Valley.
Cactus Valley.
Cactus Valley is the second one.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised just because Flash is so comfortable with this mech style if he just stays with it the entire time.
A little bit trickier, maybe on Cactus. We'll see. I think it's still very possible. I did like that map for mech though, especially you have